That's a way to test.
Hello. Yeah, but I don't know. I don't know if the sound's coming through there.
Oh, okay.
Not that we can do anything about it, right? Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom. Hello, hello. Hello, hello.
Hello, hello.
Jack, you made it back.
I made it back.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
A womanly, a big, strong woman.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Yes. You can hear me. I am heard. What is that? We only have two. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
So we have the wonderful opportunity to have our first graders with us, and they're gonna come up in a little bit for their official prayer time, helping to lead us in prayer. But if you're in first grade, and could you join us on the bima? We're gonna lead the congregation in Hine Matov together. If you want to come on up. Any other first graders here? You ready? Here we go. Hine matovu manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matovu manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov umanayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov umanayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov umanayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov umanayim shevet achim gam yachad. Thank you very much.
Thank you. We'll see you again in a few minutes.
That's called just getting your bima legs for later. You got to get used to being up here. Our service officially begins on page 138, 139. Page 138, 139, Lechadodi. Verses 1, 2, 5, and 9. 1, 2, 5, and 9. And when we reach our ninth and final verse, we'll ask you to rise and face the entrance of our sanctuary to welcome the Sabbath bride here with us tonight. Again, 1, 2, 5, and 9. Shabbat, B'nei Shabbat, Mekabela. Shabbat, B'nei Shabbat nekabela. Verse 5. We continue on page 140. Page 140, singing to Shabbat. Our sages teach us that Adam and Eve wrote this psalm. The first human beings wrote this psalm, they tell us, on the first morning they lived, the morning of Shabbat. They thought they weren't going to last the night, and they woke up and they were so ecstatic that they survived the night. They had never seen the sun go down before. Yeah, it's scary the first time. They were so ecstatic that they wrote this psalm praising God for having created the seventh day. Mizmor Shir LeYom HaShabbat. Mizmor Shir LeYom HaShabbat. Tov lehodot LaAdonai. Ulezamer leShimcha Elyon. Ulezamer leShimcha Elyon. Mizmor Shir HaShabbat. Tov lehodot LaAdonai. Ulezamer leShimcha Elyon. Ulezamer leShimcha Elyon. Lehagid b'boker chastecha. Le'emunatecha b'leilot. Alei asor v'alei navel. Alei higayon bechinot. Mizmor shir leyom haShabbat. Tov lehodot LaAdonai. Ulezamer leShimcha Elyon. Ulezamer leShimcha Elyon. Ulezamer leShimcha Elyon. We turn back in our Sidurims now to page 120, 121, and invite to our Bima, Harriet, and Gary Charson to light our Sabbath lights.
As these Shabbat candles give light to all who behold them, so may we by our lives give light to all who behold us.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Amen. Thank you, Harriet, and thank you, Gary. Shabbat Shalom. We continue on page 146. Page 146. The Baruch Hu, our call to prayer. Please rise if you're able. We continue reading together on the top of page 149. Page 149. Praise to you, Adonai our God, from whom the evening flows. Your wisdom sets the way on which time and season glide. Your breath guides the sail of the stars. Creator of the tide of time and light, you guide the current of day into night. As heaven spans to infinity, you set its course for eternity. Praise to you, Adonai our God, from whom the evening flows. Baruch atah Adonai, Ha'ma'ariv Aravim. And continuing on the top of 151 together. As you taught Torah to those whose names I bear, teach me Torah too. Its mystery beckons, yet I struggle with its truth. You meant Torah for me. Did you mean the struggle for me too? Don't let me struggle alone. Help me to understand, to be wise, to listen, to know. Lead me into the mystery. Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev Amo Yisrael. And speaking of struggling with Torah, we hope it's not too much of a struggle for our first graders. That's part of why you're in our religious school, so that we can help you through the struggle of looking at our sacred text, of being a part of the Jewish people. And it's an honor to invite you back to our Bima to help lead us in the Shema. So come on back up. Come on back up. It's already, if you're an old hand at this, because, thank you very much, because you've been up for Hine Matov. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for being here. And if you're able, please rise. Please rise. Oh, more. Excellent. Excellent. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, thank you for being on our Bima, first graders. We look forward to having you on our Bima again next year as we continue to add more and more to the service that you'll be helping us lead. Thank you so much. You can return to your seats. And the rest of us, if you'd like, please be seated, and we'll continue with the Ve'ahavta, page 154.
Ve'ahavta
et Adonai Elohecha bechol levavecha ubechol nafshecha ubechol meodecha vehayu hadvarim ha'eleh asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha veshinantam levanecha v'dibarta b'am v'shivtecha b'veitecha u'lechtecha b'derech u'kshochbecha u'kumecha u'kshartam leot al yadecha v'hayu letotafot bein einecha u'chtavtam al mezuzot beitecha ובשעריך למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים, אני אדוני אלוהיכם. Page 158, Micha Mocha, our Song of Redemption. We've just started the book of Exodus last week. We're in the second parsha, and already we're into the first of the 7 plagues, of the first 7 of the 10 plagues is what I'm trying to say. And those of us that know the story, which is probably everybody, right, are already anticipating, of course, the Exodus, the moment when God takes the Israelites out of Egypt. They cross the sea and they sing this song, our song of redemption, Micha Mocha, 158.
Baruch atah Adonai Ka'al Yisrael.
Amen. And if you are somebody who would like to join me on the floor up here, and usually that's, the younger folks in the room, I imagine. I'm going to sit down here. If you'd like to join me up here, and we can get a few adults to help create a Sukkot Shalom over us with a talit, that would be wonderful. Okay. Perfect. All right. That's right. Not too old to come sit on the floor. Excellent. All right, so look up. Don't just look at the talitot above us, though. Look at the people holding them. Because the talitot are nice, but it's the people holding them that are even better. Because the talit that's above your head, it's just a symbol for our community surrounding you, protecting you, helping you grow into the people you're growing into. And hopefully Temple Beth Emeth always feels like a place where you are safe and protected, not only by the people standing around you or sitting around you behind us in the congregation, but also now look at each other too. Make sure you're looking at each other. Whether they're your siblings that are sitting with you, or friends from religious school, or both. We hope that this community is also, this community of your peers, of the people that are your age, are also a place of comfort and support for you. And so we ask God also now to shelter us in your handout. Thanks for coming up here with me, and thank you to all of our Sukkot Shalom holders. Okay. We continue on the very next page. Well, you were in your handout. Page 162, Vishamru. Our reminder, keep this day different. Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat le'dorotam Veshamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat ve'dorotam be'rit olam. Veshamru השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם.
כי ששת ימים עשו אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ.
ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם.
וביום השביעי
שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. Okay. You know, it's a 6:30 service.
just a little lively.
Okay, so the Amidah, the central prayer of this evening service, begins on page 164. We will chant out loud together through page 170, and then just take a few brief moments, since we have a number of younger folks with us tonight, so a few brief moments to have your own silent reflection, and then we'll come back together as we close our Amidah. So again, page 164 through 170 out loud together, and then a bit of silent reflection following that. Please rise if you're able. Adonai sefatai tiftach ufi agitei ratecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, Elohei avotenu, ve'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor ve'hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, Ve'konei HaKol, וזוכר חסדי אבות ואימהות, ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם, למען שמו באהבה. מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם בעזרת שרה. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיה מתים אתה רב להושיע. משיב הרוח ומוריד הגשם, מכלכל חיים בחסד, מחיי מתים ברחמים רבים, סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו בלי שני עפר. מי כמוך בעל גבורות ומידו מלך, מלך ממית ומחיה ומצמיח ישועה, ונאמן אתה להחיות מתים. ברוך אתה אדוני מחיי המתים. אתה קדוש שמך קדוש, וקדושים בכל יום יהללוך סלה. ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש. Page 178. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Ki atahu melech adon lechol hashalom. Ki atahu melech adon lechol hashalom. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Tov beinecha levarech et Amcha Yisrael bechol עת ובכל שעה בשלומך. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam. Page 371. We take a few moments thinking especially of our loved ones and friends, members of this congregation and family far away who are in need of healing. As a community, we are particularly mindful of Debbie Pisterak, Joanne Blumberg, Valentina Wolfson, Hillary Handwerger, Bridget Ford, Joel Berger, Margaret Leslie, Stacy Young, Sydney Usum, Barry Hopkins, Buddy Tepper, Carrie Thorpe, David Seidenstecker, Carol Morgan, Dick Jordanson, Melissa Dorfman, Steve Conway, Danny Human, Milton Child, Sherilyn Ford, Robert Morgan, Shmuel Natan Ben Avra Yaakova, Lorraine Mitz, Jackie Moore, and Raz Murnell. If there are other names to add to our list for healing, please do so as my eyes meet yours. Page 371. So being that we are at the beginning, essentially, of the book of Exodus, and although Moses has grown up a bit since he was floated down the Nile just last week, we're in the general vicinity in the text, so we'll go with it. A story about Moses and a classic midrash. I mean, this is an ancient story about Moses. Because one of the things that happens in the text is actually also last week's Torah portion, when God calls Moses to go back to Egypt and to help free the Israelites. Moses says, "I can't do that. Like I don't speak so well." And so the rabbis, they say, "Well, what's that about? We never heard anything about that." And so they create a midrash. They fill in the gaps. They say, "Well, there's got to be something there." And so they imagine Moses. You have to think now, Moses, a baby. Is there a baby in the room? Do we have any babies in there? I don't think we have a baby tonight. But a baby floating down the Nile. The princess, right? Pharaoh's daughter picks up Moses. She doesn't know he's Moses yet because she names him Moshe. She gives him that name. And she sees this baby. She picks him up, names him, and brings him into Pharaoh's palace. And he grows up there, as we know. And one day, as Moses is, living the good life in Pharaoh's palace, sitting at a big table with all of the people that sit around Pharaoh's table. I don't know who does that, but Moses does as a little baby, and he's sitting right next to Pharaoh, like this, right? You're Pharaoh, I'm Moses, okay? Yeah. He's sitting right next to Pharaoh, and Pharaoh has on his head the most beautiful, spectacular crown. Can you think of that? You got that in your head? Yes. Beautiful. There were jewels. It was gold. It was amazing. It was gorgeous. And Moses started reaching for it and knocked it off of Pharaoh's head. Oh, Pharaoh looked and saw this crown on the ground. He thought, this is not good. This is not good at all. My crown is on the ground, and that little baby knocked it off. I don't even barely know him, and he's knocking off my crown. So, as it turns out, there was a not so nice advisor to Pharaoh, and he came to Pharaoh and he said, "Listen, Pharaoh, I got to tell you something. I'm not really comfortable with this baby anymore. He's grabbing for your crown. I think he's probably going to try to kick you out of here one day and take over Egypt. We need to get rid of that baby. It's just a baby." Now, as it turns out, God, of course, is watching over Moses all of this time and, doesn't want anything bad to happen to Moses. And so sends God sends the angel Gabriel. God sends the angel Gabriel, who looks just like one of Pharaoh's advisors. And Gabriel steps in and says, "Excuse me, Pharaoh, I have an idea, actually. Let's not just get rid of the kid right now. Let's do this. Let's get 2 bowls. And one of them will put beautiful jewels," right? You have plenty of those. We can put beautiful jewels in there. It'll be perfect. Beautiful jewels in one, and then the other, very hot, burning coals that glow bright red. Has anybody ever seen coals like that? Right? In a fire, bright red. And, they're kind of pretty. So we'll see. We'll test this baby. We'll see what's going on here. Because if this baby reaches for the jewels, we'll know that actually this baby is probably, way smarter than he should be. And something's going on here. And if the baby reaches for the coals, we'll know that, that he can't feel heat, apparently. I don't know what we'll know, but we'll know something, because we'll know that this baby is not going after your jewels. And Pharaoh says, "That's a great idea. Let's do that." And so they get a bowl of jewels. Can you imagine that? Yes. And it's good work. I can see you imagining it. A bowl of jewels and a bowl of hot coals, and they put him in front of the baby Moses. And Moses can't even speak yet, right? That's how much of a baby he is, right? So they put it in front of Moses, and now at this moment, Gabriel disguises himself, not with clothes, not by putting on, a disguise, but makes himself invisible. Totally invisible. And when Moses begins to reach for the jewels, Gabriel moves Moses' hand over to the coals, and before Moses can feel how hot the coals are, puts the coal in his mouth. And that is how the rabbis imagined Moses having a difficult time speaking, because of that moment where he grabbed the coal and put it in his mouth. That's how the rabbis explain the fact that Moses could not speak well. Now be careful with that story. It's a famous story, and probably some of you have heard it before. But oftentimes people get confused. It's not in the Torah. It's not from Torah. It's the rabbis trying to answer a question, right? Last week, Moses says, "I don't speak so well, God. I can't do this job that you want me to do." And so they say, "Aha, here's an opportunity." So maybe we should act like that more in life too. When we don't make sense of something, just make up a story. Shabbat Shalom. We continue on page 586. Page 586. Aleinu, please rise if you're able.
Aleinu l'shabeach Adon hakol, l'teku l'yoseh b'reshit, shelo asanu k'grei haratzot, velo samanu k'mishpachot adama, shelo sam chelkenu kahem, v'gor aleinu kechol hamonam. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. Page 591. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד.
Please be seated. When I die, Give what's left of me away to children and old men that wait to die. And if you need to cry, cry for your brother walking the street beside you. And when you need me, put your arms around anyone and give them what you need to give me. I want to leave you something better than words or sounds. Look for me in the people I've known or loved. And if you cannot give me away, at least let me live in your eyes and not in your mind. You can love me best by letting hands touch hands and by letting go of children that need to be free. Love doesn't die, people do. So when all that's left of me is love, give me away. We are in the first 30 days of mourning, the period of Shloshim, for Yehuda Oren and John Maddox. Our yahrzeits this week are for Jeremy Bank, Sam Boxer, William Brandis, Mildred Karen, Cantor Larry Charson, Celia Cohen, Marilyn Collins, Rosalind Cunningham, Vivian Dominic, Paul Eldon, Randall Fagan, Hazel Fisher, Irene Friedman, Charles Fry, Udell Gill, Jack Gins, Irene Goldberg, Susan Lawrence, Ben Harold, Mark Heller, Sally Honigstock, Renee Judah, David Katz, Henry Kira, Beatrice Lawrence, Bernard Lewis, Sophie Litt, Jack Luddington, Mary Modell, Florence Muskovitz, Russell Perrell, Matilda Post, Faye Reiner, Warren Schwader, Mildred Spoon, Diana Stahlberg, Jenny Stiefel, Lucille Stolman, Clara Stone, Carol Weiss, Mayor Wiss, and Eva Zagelbaum. If there are other names to add to our list for morning, or if I mispronounce the name and you'd like to say that name again, please do share that name with us as my eyes meet yours. For all of those mentioned, for all of those who go unmentioned, and for all of those who have no one to say Kaddish for them, we rise, page 598. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, be'alma divrach chirutei v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayechon uv'yomechon, uv'chayei dechol beit Yisrael, v'agalal v'izman kariv v'yimru amen. Yehei Shemei Rabbah Mevarach Le'olam Olamei Almaya Yitbarach V'yishtabach V'yitpa'ar V'yitromam V'yitnaseh V'yithadar V'yit'aleh V'yithalal Shemei D'Kudesha Brichu Le'ela Min Kol Birchata V'shirata Tushvechata V'nechemata Da'miran Be'alma V'yimru Amen. Yehei Shalom Rabbah Min Shemaya V'chaim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'yimru amen. Oseh shalom b'romav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'yimru amen.
Oseh
Shalom b'romav, hu ya'aseh shalom. Israel ve'yimeru amen. Zichronam livracha, may their memories be forever a blessing.
Amen.
Please be seated. And as I invite to our bima, actually two members of our board of trustees, Abby Eggerman and also Jack Zients. A big thank you to our first graders for being here, helping us lead Shabbat services. Can't wait to have you back and have you, take more of my job and Cantor's job. That's what we're looking for, to just you lead the whole service. It's good.
Anytime.
Yeah. And a big thank you to Wendy Nagel for Wendy. Thank you for teaching our students. It's okay. Thank you for teaching our students, for being there to help them learn all about Judaism, to enrich their lives in our religious school. It's an honor to have you with us as a member of the congregation and to be in our religious school teaching. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I enjoy it.
Excellent. Also to Emily Alter, the director of our. Is that what's your title, Emily? Shabbat Religious School Coordinator. But Emily runs the program Shabbat morning, and Daniel runs the program the rest of the time. But for those hours, Emily, your leadership is needed and appreciated, and thank you for all you do for our congregation. And of course, Rabbi Daniel Alter for leading our religious school and setting the vision and the tone for our religious school, and for continuing to encourage us to be the best learners we can be. Thank you for your leadership as well. Okay, I'm done talking. I think we should let Jack go first, and then regular announcements. Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So Abby has the official list of announcements and events, but I am scooting in because there's an extra special event that's going on right now that I wanted to talk to everybody about. It's such a special event that it happens only every 5 years, and it's something that's super important that everybody in this room know about. The World Zionist Congress elections are happening right now. So what that is, the World Zionist Congress is a group of Jews around the world who have the opportunity and responsibility to influence the politics in Israel. It's not part of the political system, but it helps steer money. It helps. Over the last 10 years, the Reform community has played a very large role. They've been able to help fund Reform rabbis, help steer policy, help act as a watchdog to some of the right-wing politics. It's a huge. The Reform community has had a major, major impact. The way they do that is by Jews in the United States, I mean us, voting. So the way you vote is you go online or you walk down to the social hall, and I will help you vote right here tonight, right? But it's super important that everybody in this room vote, tell their friends to vote, tell their family to vote, because if you want to see a better Israel, an Israel that reflects our values, we have an opportunity to help do that, and it only happens every 5 years right now. The voting opened a couple days ago. It goes for about another 4 weeks, so there's this narrow window. When you go down to the social hall for the Oneg, you're going to see a poster. It has one lonely sticker on it that says, "I voted." I hope that this synagogue can put 50, maybe 100 of those stickers on by the time the 5 weeks are over. So I'm asking everybody for help on that. I also want to have one last little announcement, and this is late break. I'm sorry, Betty. What's that? Sorry. Yes, I'm sorry. I will hand you flyers. You specifically need to vote Reform by voting for the AZRA. Okay. It's all right. But Betty's keeping me honest here, right? The way you vote for the AZRA, which is the Association for Reform Zionists of America. And if you don't think it's important from what I said, if you don't understand what's going on from what I said, come talk to me. But more importantly, on February 20th, this is as of today, the executive director for the AZRA is coming here to Michigan, to Ann Arbor, to Temple Beth Emeth to tell us all about it. So this is your chance to understand what the AZRA is doing, what the impact they're having in Israel is. If you have any question about what the Reform voice in Israel has accomplished over the last few years and what it's going to accomplish over the next decade, you have an opportunity to ask Josh Weinberg himself here on the 20th. So I hope to see all of you here. Bring your friends. It's going to be an amazing evening. Oh, you already have one. You already have one.
I've got one too. All right. Thank you, Jack. Thank you, Rabbi. Thank you, Cantor, for a beautiful service tonight. Thank you, first graders. And I want to welcome everybody. Shabbat Shalom. If you're new to Temple Beth Emeth, we will be, those of us that have white name tags are important people that you can speak to with any of your questions. And please introduce yourselves to us later. It's nice to be here on a night when there's so much energy. And thank you. I will repeat Rabbi's thanks to all of our educators. and add in aspiring first graders and families. There are upcoming events, most importantly, immediate, or maybe not so important, but just around the corner tomorrow, we've got a Women's Rosh Chodesh Circle. And Linda Triner and Cantor Hayut can tell you all about that if you have more questions. And there's several other events coming up. I'm going to ask you to read those on your own if you have any questions. I will point out personally as the VP of Social Action that Sonia Lewis is here, and she's organizing a Get Out the Vote campaign. So please, if you're interested in our American electoral, please speak with Sonia. And what else can I say about what's coming up? There's, for those of you with families, there's a TBE family meetup Sunday, the 9th at 10 a.m. And Beth Pearson is the person to contact. I believe other families in the room have been there. So if you're new to the meetup events, ask one of the other families here. Again, Shabbat Shalom. There's lots of things out on the table too. Lots of other reminders as well. Oh yeah, excuse me. Please join us for our Oneg in the social hall, sponsored by Marty and Kathy Luddington in memory of their fathers, Charles Fry and Jack Luddington, on their yurt sites. Thank you for hosting the Oneg tonight, and please join us down in the social hall.
Thank you, Abby. And if, as I like to say, if you consider yourself a young person, so that is not about your numeric age. If you consider yourself a young person, please join us on the Bima. If you think of yourself as a young person, join us up here. Okay? There's challah involved.
Yum.
Yeah. Challah involved. Something, right? All right. But we gotta wait just a moment as we say some blessings, and remember that at the very beginning of everything, when God created the heaven and the earth, God made a separation between the sea above and the sea below, and God planted plants on the earth and put the sun and the moon and the stars in the sea above, and then put the fish and the sea monsters in the sea below, and the flying creatures in the sea above, and then created all of the creepy crawly things crawl all over the earth. Finally, then creating us human beings at the end of the sixth day, and said to us, now it's time to rest. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei beri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratza banu b'shabbat kodsho be'ahava uvratzon hintilanu Zikaron le'maaseh v'reshit Ki hu yom zechila le'migrahe kodesh Zecher le'tziyad mitzrayim Ki banu v'achata v'otanu kidashta mikol ha'amim v'shabbat kodshecha be'ahava uvratzon hinchaltanu Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh haShabbat lechaim. All right, there it is.
One's light, one's
I know, that's interesting, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, we can do
Well, there are a
both.
lot of us. We
can
should
do
probably
both.
hold both,
Yeah.
right?
Here we go. We'll do some over that side, some over this side. All right, then we'll say Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz. All right, you got it. Whoa, look at that. Yeah, it's like
Grab a good piece. Come on. Grab a good piece.
Good job.
I do it there.
Yeah, take some for the people around you. You take some more with you. Share with everybody. Share with everybody.
We have a lot tonight.
Yeah, right? It's a good thing. The only thing that keeps that from getting out of control is the cover. That's the reason we cover it, so the kids don't, go at it beforehand, right? Because it gets sort of wild over here. Oseh shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel, ve'imru amen. May the one who makes peace above make peace for all of us, for all of Israel, for everyone who dwells here on earth, and let us say amen. Oseh shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel, ve'imru amen. Oseh shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel, ve'imru shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu. Linda, make them dance. Ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel, ve'imru Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.